Today, we're going to look at a watch from one of my prized watch brands, IWC. I've wanted a watch from them ever since I began my watch collection. And after all the stars lined up perfectly one day in 2018, I went ahead and purchased one. Hi everyone, welcome back to a new episode, where I'll be reviewing my IWC Pilot Petit Prince chronograph. On this channel, I give my real honest thoughts on watches in my collection, and offer some background on how I acquired my timepieces. So why did I buy the IWC Pilot chronograph? Well, after the disappointment with my last flieger, and for those interested, I'll post a link to that video here, I felt wanting, and IWC was undoubtedly a brand that was going to leave me feeling content. While I did consider watches like the Ingenieur and Aquatimer, it only made sense for me to get another pilot's watch, considering IWC's extensive and illustrious heritage in aviation, not only historically, but in the present time as well. What I did struggle with is when it came to making a decision between the chronograph and the Mark 18. And I mean it, I really struggled. I wanted the pair, but I couldn't have that. Both timepieces were impressive, but ultimately, I opted for the larger watch. The Mark 18 arguably has the better history, with more elegance and simplicity, but the chronograph offered more of everything IWC. It offered more of that IWC philosophy, more of that fine IWC craftsmanship that I've always admired. It closely resembles the Big Pilot, and as an added bonus, the watch has the chronograph functionality. And for the price, I was finally able to negotiate with the AD, which wasn't all that different from the one they were asking for the Mark 18. The chronograph Le Petit Prince seemed like the more logical option to me. The sales manager at the IWC boutique, who I dealt with the whole time, was great. It was a fantastic experience from the moment I walked in on the first day visiting the store, till the moment I walked out with the watch about a week later. The watch is presented on a stainless steel case. Diameter is 43mm, case thickness is 15.4mm, and the lug-to-lug distance is 53mm. The size of the watch is a bit larger than my preference for my 6.5-inch wrist, and the lugs do slightly protrude, but I actually don't mind it at all. It's got a lovely wrist presence, and despite the slightly bulky build and a weight of 119 grams, the watch offers no discomfort at all. Moving on to the dial, we have that captivating Le Petit Prince Midnight Blue with sunray finish. Legibility is supreme with the bold white Arabics and minute indices that go around the edges of the dial. The minute and hour sword-shaped hands are also white and large, with the 3 subdials having smaller but matching hands. The blue with the contrasting hands and markers really pull you in. And then there's that extra flair with the red mini seconds hand that adds a little pop to the dial and aids in locating the seconds quickly. The chronograph, hour, minute, and seconds mini dials are at the 6, 9, and 12 o'clock positions, with both the IWC logo and a day-date window at the 3 o'clock. All housed under a sapphire crystal with AR coating on both sides for very clear visibility. The level of detail and quality of this IWC is quite exquisite. From the high polish edge bezel, brushed steel surfaces, the polished chamfers on the case, the polished chronograph pushers at the 2 and 4 o'clock positions, craft a captivating blend of textures that enhance the charm of this watch. Much like the case, the stainless steel screw-down case back boasts a refined brushed finish and a polished circular ring. It features an intricate engraving of the Little Prince, serving as a heartfelt tribute to the beloved Le Petit Prince book. Concealed beneath is the 25-jewel IWC caliber 79320. The movement is decently decorated with Côte de Genève and perlage. It has a power reserve of 44 hours and beats at a frequency of 28,800 vibrations per hour at 4 Hz. On the watch's right side, we find a substantial screw-down crown that helps the watch achieve its 60 meters of water resistance. The sizable grooved edges make it effortless for the wearer to grasp and adjust the time as needed. IWC offer a bracelet as an option with this watch, but I went with the brown leather pilot strap with stitching. I chose it not only for the cost savings, but because I also believe it complements the watch aesthetic better. Even if I had chosen the stainless steel bracelet, I would have eventually replaced it with the NATO or leather strap. The strap is 21mm wide, tapers to 16mm at the buckle, and has a very high-end look and feel, especially with the orange-colored backside. Published in 1943, the novella Le Petit Prince was written by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Narrated by an unnamed pilot stranded in the Sahara Desert, the fictional tale details the pilot's encounter with the young prince. Despite the little prince's apparent youth and innocence, he delves into profound philosophical contemplations, frequently pondered by adults. The IWC Le Petit Prince watch honors this main character. I have fond memories of reading this book as a bedtime story with my son. And every time I wear this watch, it takes me back to those days. Right from the start, it's easy to see why IWC chose to honor this particular novel. IWC has long been renowned for its exceptional aviation timepieces. And the similarities between Le Petit Prince and IWC are immediately clear, given that both the story's narrator and author being pilots. If you're interested in picking a watch like this one from the used market, depending whether you get it with a leather strap or steel bracelet, it will set you back between $4,000 or 3,700 euros, all the way up to $6,000 or 5,600 euros at the time of making this video. If you prefer a new example with the leather, be ready to fork out around $6,000. Or better yet, go with the reference IW388101. Similar watch containing the IWC 69385 caliber movement and open case back, and those can be found at retailers starting $6,500 or 6,000 euros. Finally, I'd like to say that this timepiece holds a special place amongst my watches. Its exquisite craftsmanship combined with the brand's history and unique Le Petit Prince theme sets it apart as one of the prized gems in my collection. Wearing this watch brings me a sense of joy and appreciation. With every glance at my wrist, it reminds me of its beauty, and I look forward to enjoying it for years to come. There you have it, everyone. If you made it this far into the video, thank you very much. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed it. I wish you the best in your watch journey, and I'll see you in the next one.